Hi, hello, my name is Max, I'm deafblind, and today I'm going to talk to you about cymbal canes. 'Tis the season where you are seeing lots of candy canes everywhere. I made a video in one of my previous vlogmases about candy canes for nausea. I still use that hack, but now I have a candy cane all of my own. This is my deafblind cymbal cane. Just some housekeeping before we start. If you want to know more about deafblindness, because all you've heard of is Helen Keller, I will put a link up here to what is deafblindness. If you're completely new to deafblindness, go and watch that one first and then come back here and we will talk more about a cymbal cane. What is a cymbal cane? A cymbal cane is literally as it sounds. It is just to symbolise a visual impairment, or in this case a hearing impairment with visual impairment, or deafblindness, or dual sensory loss. The terminology can vary person to person. I personally hate hearing impaired. I use deaf, and I am okay with visually impaired or blind. I use visually impaired for myself, but the term is deaf-blind. Again, it's in that video. This is folded up right now. There are many ways you can carry a cymbal cane. Sometimes I will just have it in my hand like this. Sometimes I will have it like this, and sometimes I will have it like this. It is only short because it is not designed to be used as a guide cane or to detect any hazards or to detect the floor. I've used it a couple of times to just tap around the floor to be like, where is the floor? But this is just to symbolise deafblindness. Or if it was all white, it would be to symbolise blindness or visual impairment or low vision, or just that a person cannot see as well as the average person. And why do people carry cymbal canes? Well, many reasons. Number one is just the visibility of it. It is exactly how it sounds. It is just to symbolise. And why would you want to symbolise things? Well, it does stop people from being mad at you if you walk into them, if you misjudge scooting past somebody and you elbow someone or you shoulder barge someone. You can be like, oh sorry, I didn't see you. I should have made a better list. But it can highlight to bus drivers that you are visually impaired and might need a minute, or like, don't pull away until I've sat down. Or it can symbolise to other people that you need a bit of space and that they need to do the social distancing for you. It can be used for, similar to the sunflower lanyard, in the sense that like it shows that you might need assistance. So if you are standing somewhere looking lost and holding one of these, someone might be like, oh, they look like they need help. I'm going to go and I'm going to ask them and I'm going to respect their answer. I use my cymbal cane. You're not really supposed to, but I do use it to get up steps. It's not for that. I don't recommend doing it. I have not been trained, but the way my visual impairment affects me is in a nightclub setting. I cannot see the floor. I cannot see around me. I can't judge the depth perception very well. So going up nightclub stairs, I'm gonna trip. So I just use this to have just a little tap for the stairs in front of me so I can like not fall over and ruin my night. And I do just use it for visibility. If I want to be visibly deafblind for any reason, I will hold this. Cymbal canes, like other white canes or red and white canes, are very useful in the fact that they are foldable and you can carry them in a multitude of ways. Me carrying it like this doesn't actually mean that I can see any better in that moment. It's just easier sometimes, especially now that it's cold. If I want to just keep my hand in my coat for whatever reason, you can still kind of see it and I can still tap stuff. Folding it in half, it's just less invasive, because when it's all the way long you have to kind of hold it straight in the middle like this, which is fine, but sometimes it's not practical, especially because I have chronic pain as well. That's not always feasible. When I was first looking into getting a cymbal cane, I wondered whether I was blind enough or visually impaired enough or deaf-blind enough, and you are, because this has come in handy so many times. Usually in nightclub situations. It's pretty much the only time I really use it anymore, is if I'm going to be in a nightclub, because I'm not going to be able to see. because there's a mixture of low light, because I have night blindness, and then also light sensitivity with strobe lights or lasers or, you know, show lighting when they've got like the flashing coloured lights. That's going to hit me wrong and hurt me, so if I'm trying to get anywhere with all that going on, I'm going to need this. Why a symbol cane and not a long cane? Simple answer, I didn't feel blind enough. It is something I do want to try, because now that the sun is getting lower in the sky, I struggle to see in that situation because it's so painful. I can't look at it, so I find myself like having to look at the floor, and then there's people around me. So another reason why I hold this is like I might not be swiping or tapping or using it to actually navigate, but I hold it so people know that I'm not looking, and it's because I can't see. Something I also want to say about a symbol cane is that just because someone is only using a symbol cane, that does not mean that they are less blind or less visually impaired or less affected. Some people just don't get on with a long cane, they don't need one to get around, they can get around just fine. It's just there because they need the visibility, they need people around to be aware, so that they just mind out of the way. Very similarly to how hearing aids don't make somebody hard of hearing and not deaf, using a symbol cane doesn't make you visually impaired over being blind. It doesn't make you blind light if you use one of these compared to someone who uses a long cane. It's not an indicator of functioning, it is an indication of what is most accessible to you. Symbol canes are ridiculously simple but ridiculously underrated and not as well known about. I carry this sometimes and people don't know what they are. One time I went to the job centre, I think I mentioned this in one of my in-review videos, but I went to the job centre and I was holding this just as a long stick. It was completely unfolded, and the security guard was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to take that off you, it could be used as a weapon." I was like, "No, it's a mobility aid. Go away." People just don't know about them. They think that the only canes that visually impaired and blind people can use are white canes that are long and touch the floor. But symbol canes are a really important part of vision loss and visual impairment, and they are really, really helpful. So if you see somebody holding one of these, give them space. If they look like they need help, ask, and just respect them as blind or visually impaired or low vision people. So this season I will be sporting a symbol cane rather than a candy cane. Do you see what I did there? Did I wait all the way to Vlogtide to do this? Yes. Yes I did. So, don't forget to like this video. If I have missed anything, if you have any more questions, please leave them down in the comment section below and I will answer them. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every single month. Apart from this month, which is Vlogtide, and you're getting 21 videos in 21 days in the lead up to Yule. See ya!